Well, don't you just hate it when you've had a real big one and you go to flush the old toilet and the handle here breaks off and you got nothing to flush it with. I guess you could say, guys, this video has gone to the crapper. So yeah, the little flushing lever thingy has broken off the toilet tank here. We got a bit of a kind of a fix-it video, if you will, on how I'm going to fix mine. I know I'm not going to get out the handyman secret weapon and tape it back together or weld up something kind of elaborate or fancy. I'm going to take the easy way out and just go down and buy a new lever. So of course, through the magic of editing, I happen to have one on hand, and we will proceed now on to change her. So of course, pretty much right here we have ourselves the toilet tank, have ourselves the toilet tank lid. We'll remove the toilet tank lid. Most of them have no fasteners to get off, they're just a pull and lift. They are heavy, so be careful not to drop it because they are expensive to have to replace. So of course, depends on what style of tank you have. Some of them are the older style, it still has a little floater arm. Some of these are like the newer style like this, that have the this type of floater here. Of course, you can adjust the depth here of how deep or how much water gets in your tank by turning the screw, the float level there. Well, what we're after is this little lever right here and getting her changed. And know that stuff down there in that corner is not what you think it is. It's actually corrosion from the heads of the bolts that hold the tank to the toilet bowl itself. So first thing we'll do is unhook the chain here from the arm. Now it depends on how you fixed it in the past. Sometimes it's fixed good and sometimes it's like that, pretty much rusted and ready to fall off again. So after you've unhooked that, you turn your attention up here to the tank itself. And right here, of course, is the business end, the arm itself, and behind it is a nut. So what we'll do is we'll undo that nut and then the whole arm assembly will be ready to pretty much come out. So pretty much, so what you're looking at here is the nut that holds the arm into the tank itself. Now normally it's if you want to loosen it, so basically you loosen the nut here, and once she's loose, she is ready to come out. You slide the nut down the shaft of the arm and then away she goes. We'll set that nut aside, and then the arm itself just slides out the hole in the front of the tank, and pretty much that's your assembly right there. So of course, when you're buying a replacement arm, you have to keep in mind the length of this arm here, as well as some of them had different sizes of holes here. You have to keep in mind whether it's square or round or so. So of course now we'll install this one here. Now of course it's a multi-fit Dewey here, which meant to fit multiple tanks and kind of things like that. So we'll tear into the package and then we'll get the install going. So once you got out of the package here, spin the nut off and then you're ready for the install. One thing I'll say about this replacement one is this is actually a metal lever over a plastic one. So it'll last a little longer. So put the lever here through the hole, kind of wiggles it in there a little bit, and then you're good to go. So once you got it in the hole there, take your plastic nut, slide her on over the end of the rod, and tighten her on down. Okay, so once you got the nut tightened down there, you can attach the chain to the bar. Of course, this one here was supposed to have a fancy little twist of actually a plastic loop, but over time it actually broke down. So what I've got here is a key ring. I know it's a little bit redneck, but it actually works. So we'll give her a test flush here. And away she goes. She pretty much works. So we'll throw the throw the lid back on top here, let her fill back up with water, and then we'll give her one final test flush again. So the tank lid's back on her. The water's now all filled up inside the tank here. Now we can give her the flush. And there she goes. She's all nice and installed, and all nice and good to go. And yeah, well, I guess you could say this was a video that was all about the crapper, but as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.